QQQI generates 14% in monthly distribution, and it's obviously one of the most popular income ETFs in this whole space right now. I'm personally moving most of my Nasdaq 100 income allocation to GPIC instead, a fund that pays way less, only 9.5%, okay? And I am voluntarily giving up 4.5% in annual yield, and the reason comes down to one really important thing. I don't need the income right now, and what GPIC gives me in exchange is worth more at this stage of my personal investing life. Look, both of these funds we know hold Nasdaq 100 stocks and pay us monthly income. And that's where similarity really ends. Okay, QQQI sells call spreads on most of its portfolio. The result is a 14% annual income. But those call spreads cap how much the fund's NAV can grow when the Nasdaq runs. Obviously, we get the income, but you also give up a big chunk of our upsides. GPIC, the Goldman Sachs Nasdaq 100 Premium Income ETF, applies its covered call overlay to only 25 to 75% of its portfolio. Goldman's team actively adjusts that percentage based on what the market is actually doing. Lower volatility? Trending Nasdaq, they're going to reduce the overlay and let that portfolio run. That flexibility is why GPIC captured about 87% of the Nasdaq upside in the recent reporting periods while distributing 9.5%. Past year total returns, including distributions, GPIC at 26%, QQQI around 21%. In a Nasdaq bull market, more upside participation has meant obviously a better total return, and GPIC charges 0.29% versus QQQI's 0.68%. Literally less than half the cost of this, okay? But here's specifically what made that decision clear, at least for my situation, right? These are two reasons to hold an income ETF, right? One, you need the income right now, right? You need it to cover your expenses, replace your salary, fund your retirement, right? Or two, you're in the accumulation phase, and every distribution is simply just getting reinvested automatically, right? If you need like income right now, QQQI is 14%. Of course, it's a great answer. The extra yield is some real money covering some real expenses for you. On a $200,000 position, 14% versus 9.5% is $9,000 extra a year, right? That's a pretty big jump. But if you don't need it, right? If everything is reinvesting anyway, the relevant number isn't the yield, it's total return, right? Because whether the fund pays you 14% or 9.5% if you're reinvesting both, what matters is which position is worth more in 10 years, 15 years. Look, I'm in accumulation phase, right? My business, my work, right, covers all my bills. Every QQQI distribution I was receiving anyway was literally just going straight back into more shares. In that context, giving up 4.5% in yield to gain more NAV participation is a trade that makes mathematical sense, at least for me. But let's talk about this yield versus the total return for those reinvestors like us, right? QQQI reinvestors compound 14% by buying more shares at a relatively flat NAV. GPIC reinvestors compound 9.5% through obviously share purchases and through NAV growth on the shares that they're already holding anyway. When the Nasdaq is growing, okay, GPIC's dual compounding, income plus appreciation, has produced a way higher total return. That's the simple math behind the switch for someone, at least in my current area of life. But here's the honest caveat. If the Nasdaq enters a prolonged sideways or even a downward period, QQQI's higher income, of course, is going to provide more of a cushion. There's no, risk-free version of this trade, guys. Okay. GPIC is the better bet if the Nasdaq continues performing. QQQI is the safer income floor if it doesn't, okay? But let's talk about specifically why I would not make it, right? QQQ is the right fund for me if, right, let's say you're living on monthly distributions, you need the money, you're in or near retirement and you need a maximum cash flow to live, right? Or the income is going into your spending budget, right? Not back into the fund and reinvesting. QQQI is for the income phase. GPIC is for the accumulation phase. That's at least the framework that I've built here for myself. Okay, and let's talk about active management here a little bit. GPIC doesn't just mechanically sell these calls on a fixed percentage of their portfolio. No, Goldman Sachs actively manages this overlay. When premium is thin and the Nasdaq is trending, they reduce coverage, right? When volatility is high and premiums are rich, they simply increase it. That flexibility, right? Being able to optimize between income and appreciation based on condition is part of why GPIC has delivered both great distributions and really nice NAV growth simultaneously, okay? One question really determines whether this switch makes sense for your situation or not. At least what I ask myself. Are you reinvesting the income? Or are you spending it? Reinvesting all of it, in my opinion, total return is the number that matters way more, okay? GPIC has produced a better total return with a lower expense ratio during a really strong Nasdaq market. It's the right vehicle for accumulation, at least for me. But if you're spending the income, QQQI is 14% pays you more each month. There's no question. In my opinion, I'd keep it if I needed the money. My plan is this: GPIC through my accumulation phase now, right? When the income phase starts, right, I'll reinvest if I need more cash flow at that point, moving back towards QQQI or similar high distributions funds. It's a pretty straightforward adjustment. I got some questions for you guys, as always, down below in that comments section. We always have great combos down there. Number one, are you currently in the income phase or the accumulation phase? And does that change whether GPIC or QQQI makes sense more for you right now? And number two, had you looked at GPIC before, or did that lower yield number really just make you move on without running the total return comparison side by side? Let us know down below in the comments section. Also, if you're brand new to all this stuff, you're definitely going to attend the full ARC option strategy workshop. It's 90 minutes long. I break everything down in easy to understand terms. Click the first link in the description. At the end, you get my 15 favorite stocks under $30, my 2 premium calculators, and my full trade log template, all for free just for attending. Remember, guys, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.